Hey, everybody. Somebody say bananas if you can see me and hear me. Hi, Lizanne. Hey, Darcy. How we doing? So, shortly, I'm going to have a surprise for everybody. I have a special guest. You won't be able to see them, but you'll be able to hear them, and they're going to moderate for me tonight. Anyway, yeah, if you're new here, um, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you like me. I hope you like me. I hope you really, really like me. Um, anyway, this is me if you want to screenshot this. And hey, Miriam, go to bed, honey. It's late at night for you. Love you though. I'm glad you were able to stop in. Yeah, I was just introducing myself. My name is Becky. I do all kinds of arty things. I'm the manager up at the Bead Place, which is a bead and yarn shop in the it's in Fairview Heights, Illinois, in the St. Louis, Missouri area. I do all kinds of things up there. I do live streams for them, and I am their online inventory manager. I upkeep their website. I work in the shop. I teach classes, all kinds of stuff. I'm also a designer for PMR Studio, who make lots of really cool stamps and stencils. A few of the people in the chat you will see are also designers. Darcy is one of them. So yeah, we're gonna start off with some show and tell, and then I'm gonna pull some prints, and then we're gonna hop into it and do some masterboards. And I'll explain what masterboards are a little bit later. It's part of yet another group I'm in. I'm everywhere. I am all over the internet. And speaking of that, I will include it in the description later, but for now, my link tree is linktree.com/Becky Bokern, and that link is in the About Me in my the homepage of this channel. So that is every place that you'll find me on the internet and all the arty things that I do. So yeah, hi Lygia, how are you? I was just telling them about I have a special guest tonight, and I hope that they're going to be ready very soon. So we're gonna go through some show and tell. And then we will get started. So this is a print that I did with my stamp of the QR code. It's called QR coding. PMR Studio produces that for me. And here is my barcode stamp. These will probably be backgrounds for artist trading cards. So here is a semi-long haul that I did with my newest stencil available at pmartiststudio.com. It's called Dance Party. Woo, 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 Dance Party. Here's a flop off of Dance Party. I thought it was kind of fun. And there is more Dance Party. And we're going to flip through this kind of quick because there's a lot and I just want to get going. This is actually pan pastels pulled with paint. So that was fun. As well as this. This was the first pull. You can get a lot of pulls out of if you put pan pastels on the plate and pick it up with acrylic paint. You can get a lot of pulls out of it, but each one is a little bit lighter. So that's why this one's more brilliant and that one's a little bit more muted. And yeah. And there is another one. Hey, Lygia, is there any update on our guest? Do you know when they're going to be here? I hope soon. So this, I don't know if you can see, I put foil on it. I put foil on the plate, then I did the stencil, then I picked it up. Woo, 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 shiny. Hey, Rosemary, how are you? This is Holy Moly by Paula Keen. I was trying to do the color combo for makers of Mixed Media Art and Artist Facebook group. And the dark purple was hard to get. It's so funny because this purple, the color is Italian plum, Payne's gray, and aventurine. So this purple backed with Payne's gray is that. Can you believe it? So that's how I achieved the dark color. Yeah. And aventurine is really, in real life, it's usually this light color. So I made this color. But the color combo is actually closer to the darker color there. So this is actually the color combo here. But I work at a bead shop and we had aventurine there, and I know that it's usually this lighter color. Not always, but usually. So I did that. So yeah, so there's some warped stars for you. More of the color combo. That is my ampersand stencil. Color combo. This is Beam Me Up Butterfly. Woo woo. I want to make it fly. Woo woo woo. Yeah, I'm a little silly. Hey Eddie, how are ya? So here are the beads that I did. It's called Becky's Beads, and I did it on the with pan pastels and picked it up with paint. So those are cool. These are extra cool. So I tried to step outside my comfort zone and not do colors that I would usually do on these. I tried to do colors that Rhonda would like. This stencil here is called Petal Tear Burst. And it's colors that Rhonda would like more than me, I think. I'm used to, you know, the bright, crazy colors. So yeah, and I showed these to Rhonda and she loved them. So there's that one. That one reminds me of Starry Night, kind of, the colors on it. So yeah, and then that one, this one reminds me of my kitchen when I was growing up. And hey, Kayla, how are ya? Thanks for joining in. There's more. Oh, I just got word from our special guest. Well, special guest was going to be Lygia. She was going to have her voice on here so she could read chat for me. But it's not working out on her end. So we'll try it again some other time. No worries. I'll try to read the chat as best I can. Gotta get a drink. Let me show you this cup. Oh my gosh. We're going to go up, going for a ride. Can't get this cup in the whole shot. This thing is huge. Eric got me this for Mother's Day. And it's just huge. Like we need more cups around here, you know. So this one is all splotchy because I put some airbrush medium in the paint and on the plate. And yeah, so it looks all grungy. Love it. And this one's cool. I wish it didn't have this thing in it. But honestly, I mean, I think it's fine. There's plenty of usable paper here. I'm just going to use it for artist trading card backgrounds. And it's fine. There's that one. And this one had the airbrush medium on it as well. And this was for the color combo for April. Flushing Pink, Peach, and Carrot Curl. That's what it was. This is the stencil design that came out last month for me. It's called Avocados. But I think it looks like some other things. And this was the airbrush medium also. What do you think it looks like? I've heard all kinds of things. I've heard like a violin, or I've heard the inside of a pear, boobies. Patricia from PM Art Studio said it looks like a goat's behind. So yeah, whatever you think it looks like. I think maybe it looks like a birthing canal. Maybe. Anyway, so this is the avocados along with a PM Art Studio stencil called Wavy. I'm going to cheat. I wrote it down on one of these. What's it called? Wavy. I thought I wrote it down. Oh, here it is right here. Wavy Rings and Pearls. It's an older design, and I didn't even know that they had it. I was just looking through everything one time, and I saw it. I'm like, I got to get that. It's pretty cool. And so here you can see it better. And here's another print that is just not my usual colors, but I love it. There's a lot of depth in there. There's the Wavy Rings and Pearls. And then the pink is my avocados. And then I think the copper you see was like a flop off of something. I don't know. And then it was picked up. I don't know. Some green in there. So yeah, I'm kind of proud of that one. I like it a lot. Yeah. Thanks for the links, Lygia. And there's that one. It matches my arm. Love those colors. And there's this one. This one I turned the stencil this way, and then I turned it this way to make it be all trippy. And this one has, I sprayed water to make the texture on that one. And, oh, this one is geotiling by PM Artist Studio. And this is several layers of it. And I just kind of shifted it every time. So I like that one a lot. And then this one, oh, this one's so cool. So this one is the geotiling again. And I did it in a couple different colors. And the silver you see on top is Ink Splot by Sophia Button. Another one of the designers over there at PMR Studio. And then also, you can't see it too much, but I stamped the one of the peacock feathers from Darcy, who is in the chat. And you can get that also at pmrstudio.com. Hey, Jean, how are you? And then here's the wavy rings and the 5x7 of Ink Splot. I like the Ink Splot by Sophia Button because the bigger size is like laid out like this, and the smaller size, the blots are bigger and they're laid out differently. I think it's pretty cool. Yeah. Well, thanks, Miriam. And then this is a stamp by PMR Studio. I think it's Mid Mod Blocks. Yeah. So that one turned out kind of cool too. It's reminds me of like mid-century modern. So that is my show and tell. And let me put these away somewhere. Oh, there's a cat laying on top of my snake cage. That is wonderful. As long as she's not on the table, right? Okay, so we have 6 5x7s to pull, and we have 4 8x10s to pull. And then we'll do some Masterboards. I hope everybody's having fun. Trying to read chat as much as I can. Getting out all my plates. They're all on my little shelves here. So last night I did an experiment with mulberry paper. And I tried it on the plate. I never tried mulberry paper on the plate before. So mulberry paper is thin like tissue, and it's fibrous, and it's meant to put water on. I usually put water on a Q-tip and just kind of make a line and then rip it along that wet line, and it leaves like lots of, I don't know if you can see the little stuff sticking out. So this one, Jeepers Creepers, how many plates do I have? 6 5x7s, 4 8x10s, and 2 12x12s, and then a couple of the little bitty shapes. I only have so many because I teach, but I do enjoy having a lot because then I can do a lot. So so I did the mulberry paper on the plate last night, and this one was a quick pull, and it turned out pretty cool. It actually makes the paper thicker and like feel better. And so that was the quick pull, and it did good with that. So then this one I left overnight, and we're gonna see how it stacks up. We are gonna see. Oh, well, this corner's doing good. Oh yeah, it's ripping. I had no idea what was gonna happen with this. Let's try from another angle, because the paper itself is pretty delicate. Let's see if we can save it. I think I just put a solid layer of paint on this. I don't even think I put a stencil on this, because I just wanted to see how it would pull up. Oh yeah, there was a ghost of Circles Go Round by Carrie Griffiths on here, and I just pulled it with the transparent medium, which isn't actually transparent. So yeah, it ripped a little bit, but not too bad. So there we go. I think if I were to do this again, I would not leave it on the plate overnight, just because the paper is super fragile. But there we go. Now we know it was an experiment. We did it for science, right? Okay. I'm going to grab a drink. Stay hydrated, kids. Did you hear my straw whistle? That was pretty funny. Okay, let's see. Oh. So when I print, I usually have 2 prints out or 2 plates out at one time. So I do a stencil, and then I flop the stencil to the next one, so I get the positive and the negative. So this is the green on here is the negative space inside of Circles Go Around by Carrie Griffiths. And I think it looks like batleths from Star Trek, what Worf has, like these little things. Yeah, that's not really what a batleth sound like, but you know. So I think that's pretty cool. And then this one should be the positive space, meaning like the imprint that the stencil actually left, like the shape of the stencil itself. Yeah, and it's a flop off, so it's not as bold, but I think it turned out pretty cool. The camera does not like metallics, but there it is. So I think that's pretty cool. I'm just going to leave these on here so I can just throw them back on my little shelves here. That's what I'm going to do. So this is one of those paper, we call it placemats from like a cheap diner. You know, there's a restaurant supply shop down the street that's open to the public. And that's where I get my deli paper for long hauls. And they had these for a dime, like all different prints and everything. So I thought, well, cool. So I bought like $3 worth. And so far I've really been brave enough to print on the back of them. But it'd be kind of cool to come up with that design too and see what comes through. But yeah, that was just a real light one. This is Miriam still here? This is... Can you pull your camera back a little bit? Oh, is it too close? There we go. So this is, it's really light, but it is O Springs by Miriam, who's in chat. Art Curious with M&W. But there should be another one of this so you can see better in this stack here. Should be. Let's see. Oh, this one is cool. This is another one with the eyes go round. And I kind of did a long haul. My long hauls are mini hauls, like less than 10 layers, because I like to see the colors that I put into it. So yeah, I love that one. Is that a better angle, Eddie? Was it too close? I'm used to having it real close like at work because of all the fine detail with the beads. Okay, and then this one is one more kind of mini haul with the eyes go round. Maybe the other one with the O Springs is on the big plate. We'll see. I forgot what I did last night. I do know that there is... Ooh, there's Paisley in there. Estella's new stencil. It ripped. But that's cool. Becky, what was the... Let me see. What was the green? The green on this one, the minty green. This is this. It is from Office Max. It's their brand. It's called Bria Reese. It's ocean green. It's almost Statue of Liberty green. No, it's more of a minty green. It's more of a minty green. It says heavy body. I would not call it heavy body at all, but they're good. I like them. I don't like them quite as much as Liquitex, but for $3.50 for this bottle here, you can't beat it. I like them. They're good paints. I'll call it like a student grade maybe, but I like them. Okay, on to the 8x10s. Let me get a drink again. And the other one, Jean says, this one probably was this. This is Joann's brand, and this behaves almost exactly like Liquitex. They're going out of business, so I bought like the last 4 of these because this is one of my favorite colors by them. This and their silver is like a gunmetal color, so I bought like 3 of these because they won't be available anymore unless Joann's decides to open it up again. We'll see. I think it's a big stunt to get you to buy their stuff, but whatever. But yeah, I use this color a lot. I like that color a lot. Okie dokie. Let me read the chat for a second. Oh, Carrie's here. Hi, Carrie. My Nervous Habits is my friend Carrie. That's my in real life friend Carrie. That's not Duran Duran at all. I know the this one. Yeah, that's totally Duran Duran. It matches my arm. It's yeah. I got the colors for my Duran Duran tattoo from a giant Duran Duran poster that I have framed in my room here. It's like from 1984, and like Nick Rhodes has like the pink eyeshadow, and yeah, I'm a mess. I like Duran Duran. So this, oh yes, Miriam, get ready. This one is really cool. I did a mini haul. with Miriam's O Springs. I think I did a couple. And this one is extra grungy. Carrie, I'm so glad that you got to join me tonight. Woo-hoo. So I put dragonfly glaze on the plate first, so you can see a little bit of a shimmer to it. Oh, good, it's showing up. And then I did my mini haul with that aqua that I like, and red and hooker green and silver. And I kept repeating those a couple times. And then I pulled it with an antique pink and also that aqua that I like. So yeah, I love that one. Yeah. Let me catch up with chat. Okay. Oh, Lygia is reminding me to do questions. Yes, I'm going to do questions. Part of the Masterboard project. So the Masterboard project that we're doing tonight is, what is on here? Is this just a mess? Oh, this is very faint gold. So yeah, the Masterboard project is part of a group I'm in called How Do You Do? And Darcy, who is probably still in chat, is part of that group also. And every month, there's 10 of us, I believe. And every month we all get either the same supplies or we all have like the same assignment to do. And the group is called How Do You Do? Because it's how do you do this or how do you do that? And we all do differently. And I purposely not watched anybody's videos. Well, I watched Darcy's, but I didn't watch anybody else's videos because I didn't want to be influenced by what they're doing. I wanted it to be completely authentically what I would do with Masterboards. And I have like 5 planned tonight, and we'll see how many we can get through. I don't think I'll finish any one of them because I want to get to at least part of all of them. This turned out better than I thought it would. That's pretty cool. And so, yeah, so in this month with How Do You Do, there are questions. Oh, this is Darcy's peacock swirls. This month, there are questions for us to answer while we are doing Masterboards. Just kind of get to know the artist kind of questions. I think there was like 13 questions, but I wrote down like my top 6 that I thought I would have good answers for. Yeah. Okay. So this is O Springs in the background with the black is peacock swirls. And it looks like I already had a thin layer of champagne gold on there because it's really shimmery. Love it. I need to remember to use black and red more often. It's just a winning combination almost every time. Get a drink here. I am so thirsty all the time. Yeah, so here is the new one by Estella Banks. This is Paisley Party. Paisley Party. And it's cool because the other day I was stamping with Paisley Party. Well, the Paisley Party stamps. And then, so like the stamp off when I was cleaning the stamps, it just had a little bit of paint on it still, but it was like all watery. I stamped it on the plate, and that's the black that you can see. I don't know if you can see it. It's very faint. And then over that, I did with the stencil, paint with the stencil, and that was the this probably the shuttle art metallic pink. It was in a set of 20 of them. Love it. So yeah, that is our show and tell. So yeah, I'll get into the Masterboards, and while I am playing, I will answer some questions. So yeah, I wrote little notes on each one of them of what I was going to do with them. So yeah, let me check the chat one more time. Oh, hey, Rhonda. Were you here? Rhonda, were you here when I showed off my prints with your petal tear burst? I showed off a bunch of them. They were cool. Okay, so a Masterboard. I was going to look up the definition of it, but I thought I would just try to explain it myself. A Masterboard is when you have one paper, and you can start off with a blank paper. You can start off with a print like I have here. You can start with anything you want. And then you put stuff on it randomly or not randomly. And then with the intent of cutting it up later to use it for ephemera, fodder, all kinds of stuff. I usually cut mine up and make artist trading card backgrounds with them because that's what I do. I do artist trading cards. So this print is my avocado stencil, the one that came out last month. And I pulled it with pink, this pink that has a lot of airbrush medium in it. Is like really liquidy. So that's how you get the cloudy kind of a look in the pink there. So yeah. Cool. Okay, so this one, I am going to glue some stuff on it. I did a bunch of stamping and I cut out some stamps. So here's some paisley, and this one only half of it stamped good, but that's fine because I can put it on the edge of a page. Boop. And it's fine. Look at that. Holy cow. Blue and purple and glittery. Yeah. This came from a print. Where the prints came from? I don't know. Here they are. Here they are. So that this came from this print. This is something we did in one of my gel printing classes that I teach. This is actually the imprint of an empty spool from Magic Stretch that we sell at work at the bead place at beadplace.net. I just use it as a stamp on the plate, and it makes a cool like gear looking circle thing. And then this was bubble wrap. So I cut out one of the circles, but it was in the corner, so it's going to be in a corner. Anyway, and then I also cut out this. This was going to be a long haul. Well, it was a long haul, but it didn't turn out so good. Like all the shapes got blown out. Like they're all kind of blurry. But if you cut them out, you can still use the parts. Look at that. That came off of this. It was an eyeball. And now you can actually see the eyeball. I cut off all the bad parts. So you can still use that. And then like this came off of one of this. I was just cleaning up one of my plates and I just put index cards on it. And so this was a print and I just cut out like the circles and you can use it on stuff like this. Oh, here's an arrow that came from this one also. This is my, I just want to call it Let's Dance because I was going to call it Let's Dance. Eddie actually named it Let's Dance. But we decided that David Bowie has better lawyers than I can afford. So we didn't want him to sue me. So Mariah and I agreed to call it Dance Party. So anyway, but this is from Dance Party. One of these cutouts here. And oh, here's an eye again. So I cut out the eye 2 different ways. So I might use this in a Masterboard, but this, since I like really fussy cut it, I'm going to use this like as a standalone on an artist trading card probably. And then I cut out some of my QR codes that I had stamped and things like that. Oh, there's one of my warped stars that's within the Dance Party. Did you guys notice that my Dance Party has warped stars in it? Warped stars was my very first stencil release. And I put them in this one. Little Easter egg surprise. And then also, I don't know if we'll use this right now. That won't match. Okay. Yeah, these don't match, but we use that one. And then I cut out all kinds of flowers and peacock feathers. That's Darcy's peacock feather. And butterflies and all kinds of things. So for this Masterboard, I'm going to pick out some of these randomly that semi-match this or coordinate with it. And then we'll see how that looks. And I'll answer some questions in just a minute too. Excuse me. Okay. So let's pick what kind of colors we want. Let me check chat for a second. Check chat. Can't talk today. Hey, Mama Juju. Hello, anybody else I missed? Trying to keep up with chat as much as I can. Uh-oh, what did Juju call her husband? I'm waiting for it. Yeah. Okay, cool. If you have any questions, put them all in caps so I can see it. Hopefully, I'm going to try to check chat as often as I can. So yeah, that's not going to stand out. I'm going to try to mix up some paisleys and some butterflies and flowers because keep in mind, this is going to be cut into little chunks. And hopefully you won't be able to see like all of any one thing. So even if like these are next to each other, you might not, you get it. Anyway, so I want to pick out a few of these. Ooh, that could be cool. And I will start answering questions here too. So for the how do you do questions, let's see. The first one, where do you find your artistic inspiration? Well, everywhere. I keep a notebook with me all the time and my phone with me all the time so I can take pictures or write things down. And I mean, it could be on a billboard, just like a certain green next to a certain blue, and I like that color combo, so I'll take a picture of it. Or, oh my gosh, a good example. The telephone pole at the end of our driveway. Look at that guy. The wood grain in the telephone pole has a crazy face kind of in it. Nobody can see the face except for me. My husband's like, "You're crazy. That's a circle. It's like, wood grain." I'm like, no, there's a face in it. It's like a crazy, like, monster lady with her hair all a mess or something. So I drew it and cool. I mean, I haven't used it yet, but I wanted to save it because I'm like, that would be a cool something for something. So just everywhere. I see stuff and I write it down or I take a picture of it. I might see a ceramic mug on Instagram that has a star next to a heart or something. I'll screenshot it and put it in my folder in my phone that I call inspiration. And I'll like write a note of what I liked in that picture. And then I will adapt it, to whatever, I want to use it for. Spin it on my way. So yeah, everywhere. And that kind of leads into another question of why art or why paper art? Well, why art? Well, because what else is there? Nothing as far as I'm concerned. Not good at sports. Not good at math. Nothing else interests me. Not into religion, not into politics, not into sports. Art. That's all there is. It might sound kind of pretentious, but that's all I've ever been interested, like ever. I play music. I consider that art. I've done a bunch of different, artistic styles, but it's always been art. Always. So then that leads into another question of how they word it. What other forms of artistic expression do you enjoy? Everything. If you name it, I think I've done it. No, I admire anybody who can draw something that looks realistic. I can't. That is one thing I cannot do. I have many skills. Drawing realistic stuff, not one of them. And honestly, I really kind of just don't even want to learn. There's so many other things out there that I do want to learn that I think I would be good at. So yeah, me and my daughter did pour painting. We did acrylic pour paintings during COVID, and we still kind of do them sometimes. And well, I manage the bead shop. Look at that, so pretty. So I do beading and I do yarn. I knit, I crochet, I dye yarn, I spin yarn. I'm teaching spinning in a couple weeks again, from like a spindle or like on Rumpelstiltskin, like the spinning wheel. That knit, crochet, weave, all kinds of stuff. Ooh, this is a pretty one. I play music. I used to play bass. I was sort of kind of in a band. We have 2 cassettes. That's the time frame it was. We made 2 cassettes. Like we really like recorded them and everything. We were gonna play out, but yeah, that's another story for another day. Um, I've done all kinds of stuff. In grade school, junior high, and high school, I played flute. I was always one of the first top 3 chairs until senior year of high school. Then I discovered boys, and yeah, didn't have time for flute practice after that. Um, so yeah, I do all kinds of art stuff. But as far as paper art, my main thing is artist trading cards. I've been trading artist trading cards and hosting trading card swaps and other mail art swaps for about 15 years. Yeah, my 21-year-old was around 4 or 5. So I don't know, do that math. I don't know. A long time. So I have I haven't counted recently, but thousands of cards from people all over the world. It's cool because you meet people you wouldn't normally meet. There's an 80-year-old woman in Australia. Sweetest lady in the world. I was talking to her and I thought she was my age from the way she was talking. And I'm like, hey, remember when we were back in high school, you know, blah, blah, blah. She's like, Becky, I could be your grandmother. I'm like, what? What? She's just the sweetest lady. So fun to talk to. So, I mean, sometimes you never hear from the people again after you swap, and sometimes you make friends for life. So I think it's just a really cool hobby. I really do. I got that guy. I forgot what it's called, but that's by Sophia Button. And it's on some music paper. Yeah. I just glanced at chat and it says, Eddie says, hee, I'm naughty. Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about, but I will agree with that. Love you. So yeah, artistic stuff. I'm just looking around my room here. Neurographic drawing. I do a lot of neurographic drawing, and I've done a stream about that. And what else? I'm looking around. I do all kinds of stuff. Yeah, so up here in my bedroom, I have my art supplies, and by the way, my bed is over there too. It's shoved in the corner. But this room is my upstairs art room, and then downstairs is where we do the messy stuff like the pour painting, and we tumble rocks down there. And there's a hair cutting station down there. I used to be a hairstylist, so I cut hair down there for friends and family, and we make messes down there. And up here is where I do the majority of my stuff in the upstairs art room. Okay, let me narrow down here. I think I have enough pick out here. Let me narrow down some. So let's see. Do you have a signature style? Kinda. A little of this and a little of that, usually. Like in my beading work, I like to put in like gemstones with pearls and seed beads and just like one of this and one of that and just kind of throw it all together and make it work. With this, well, right here, a little bit of everything. And we're gonna make it work. I would say that's my style. I mean, in life too, just like with my art, like sometimes I'll do this and sometimes I'll do that. Oh, the music playing. I was gonna say, yeah, I played bass and I played flute. I have a didgeridoo that I play, those Aboriginal that. I can play that. I have a pan drum, a tongue drum, and a kalimba, those little ping, 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 ping. And the first song I learned on that was Bad Romance by Lady Gaga. It's, yeah, you haven't heard Bad Romance until you hear it on a kalimba. Yeah. What else was I going to say? Oh, kumihimo. I do kumihimo. It's a Japanese braiding technique. And it's really cool too. I should do a stream on that too. That'd be fun. Yeah. If I think of any more, I'll let you know. I do too much. My husband will tell you I do too much. So signature style, yeah, a little of this, a little of that. And it carries over to life too. Like when I'm making a snack, like I like to make my own party mix. So I'll just throw like all the chips or whatever we have in like one bowl and like make my own party mix. Can't just have one. I got to mix it all up. Just, yeah, I'm all over the place. But I think that kind of drives the inspiration too, because if you're doing all kinds of things and just, you have your fingers in different pies, and you just see stuff differently. And I don't know, words are hard. Couple more questions. How did you get started in paper craft? Oh, okay, so that's a cool one. Let me get a drink. How did I get started in paper crafting? Well, when my mom was with us, she told me, hey, there is a store over in Swansea, the next city over, that has stickers. Let's go buy some stickers. I'm like, okay, I'm always up for stickers. That's awesome. And we went, and it was a scrapbook shop. I'm like, oh, yeah, I've heard this is really cool. This was, oh gosh, this was before I had Sadie. She's 21. So this is a long time ago. And so we got stickers. And I'm like, these papers are pretty cool. And so I asked, the lady that worked there, what do people do with these papers? And she told me. And so I started scrapbooking. And then after a while, I got bored of that. But I was just watching the Carol Duvall show on PBS. Anybody remember that? She had like a different guest on all the time, and they would show different stuff. Anyway, she had artist trading cards on there one time, and I had never heard of it, but apparently it was kind of new at the time. And I thought it was the coolest thing. And so I'm like, well, where do I do this? And so I went online, I found a group, and I started trading with people, and yeah. So I thought that was cool. And that was my intro to paper art, or paper art and mail trade, mail art. And then with artist trading cards, I was thinking about making junk journals, but I wasn't quite sure if that was my style or not. And we were on vacation in Kansas City, Missouri, about 4 years ago, maybe. And I think this is a good layout. What do you guys think? And I'd heard of gel printing, but I'm like, well, how do you do it? What is it? So I searched gel printing on YouTube, and Carrie the Crafter's video came up. And I'm like, oh man, his accent is awesome. I'm going to watch this guy some more. And I just watched him for his accent. But then I'm like, wow, he really knows what he's talking about. So one thing led to another, and I found that group that he was talking about all the time, is the Makers of Mixed Media Art and Artists. And I went there and learned to gel print from watching Carrie and Eddie and Darcy and everybody else. And now I'm one of them. So there you go. I think that's a good layout. It's kind of uniform, isn't it? Oh my gosh. I try so hard to be random. It's hard to be random. It really is. But I just want to stick with a bright color palette. This green is next to a green, and that can't be. I want to stick with a bright color palette. So it would be bright. There we go. This might be overkill with like too much, but keep in mind, this is going to be cut up. So you won't see everything. So yeah, so I'm going to glue this down, and then we'll move on to the next one. Let me look at my list. I think that might be all of them. Where's the other glue stick? I don't like that glue stick. I want this one. There we go. I'll fight. Throw it across the room, Becky. What's the biggest way art has impacted your life? It just is. It's the biggest part of my life. It's what I do at work. It's what I do in my spare time. It's what I do. The end. The end. So I'm just going to glue these on here. And I'm not going to cut these out tonight. I'm going to let it dry all the way. And then I'll probably cut these up tomorrow. But you can imagine what it's going to look like when I cut it into rectangles for artist trading cards. 2.5 by 3.5. Oh no, that got in the way. So yeah, and so these are just flowers and butterflies and things that I have stamped on brayer-offs. It was brayer-off papers, and I stamped on them with black acrylic paint. And that's that. And I cut them out. I cut them out, some of them really fussy cut and some of them more loosely cut, but yeah. So yeah, my husband's been out of town this week, and he is on his way home, and he stopped at Buc-ee's. I know some of you in chat know what Buc-ee's is. They claim to be the biggest gas station in the world, and they have Buc-ee's everything: Buc-ee's soda, Buc-ee's cups, Buc-ee's t-shirts, stickers, like everything. And so he was driving home and he's texting me, I'm at Buc-ee's. Do you want anything? Yeah. He's going to give me some coffee pods for my Keurig. I was going to get him last time we were there, but I did not. So, yeah, he was in Texas for work, about a half hour away from Patricia and Mariah. So, yeah, work training. Honestly, I think they could do that training on a Zoom meeting, but they make them rent a car and go to Texas, so whatever. Whatever. He gets to stay in a hotel for a week. Cool. Viola. It's a Masterboard. And it looks really ridiculous right now. Like, you'd never say, oh, look what I made, because it looks ridiculous. But when you cut it up into like 2.5 by 3.5, you know, like artist trading cards, it's going to be a cool background, and then you can build off of that. Like, some of them will be, you know, just this, or some will be like just that. And it'll be a cool background that you can build off of. So that is one thing you can do. Right now, it looks like a kindergarten project. I know it. Okie dokie. Let me get a drink. Let me read chat for a second. That's a great way to use those. I guess you're talking about my cutouts. Lygia, that's hysterical. Yeah, Lygia, you're gonna have to fill me in on what everybody's talking about later. Because sometimes the chat shows up and sometimes it doesn't. So, yeah. Well, cool. It looks like you guys are having your own conversation. That's awesome. Yes, Carrie, my nervous habits. I laugh about that video also, about Carrie learning that cowboys are real. Carrie's going to shoot me if he hears me talking about it like this. On one of his videos, he said that he just got back from the United States and he was at a county fair in like Ohio or somewhere, and he saw cowboys and he's like, they're real. Cowboys are real. These people had boots and vests and hats, and cowboys are real. He was amazed. And yep, welcome to the Midwest. I love Carrie. So yeah, what else do we have? Oh, this next one is going to be messy. You ready to get messy? Let's get messy. So this one is, we might need these prints later, so I'm going to set this to the side. And I'm going to move my box. I take this box with me a lot of places. I'm going to take this with me later when I go to Denny's. My friend Wendy works second shift and gets off work at 11:30. So every Friday we meet up at Denny's at midnight and have fun and cause trouble. And I'm going to bring some fussy cutting with me. So, okay. So this one is a tissue. It's real thin paper. It's not quite a tissue that I received in the Misfit Scrap Swap over there on Makers of Mixed Media Art and Artists. I believe this one was from Patty, and it is the stencil by Eddie. It is Funky Flower. Am I right, Eddie? Funky Flowers. I hope I'm right. Yeah, and I can see white through there, but we're gonna fix it. So on this one, what was my notes? I threw my notes of what I was gonna do with it. What does it say? Oh yes. Okay, so we're gonna get messy. I'm gonna get out a couple different colors ink. Where's the blue? It's gonna be on the bottom, I just know it. Yep, there it is. We're gonna get out the blue and we're gonna get out the transparent pink. I don't think this pink is transparent. Nope, not transparent. Okay, we're going to use that one and that one. And this, if you run out of these little things that go on the Tim Holtz things, I've been using these little makeup sponges that I found at the dollar store. Just like straight on the pad. Just doop, 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 doop. You gotta make the sound effect. It makes it turn out better. Doop, doop, doop. Okay, so the white space in the background, we're gonna get rid of it. We are gonna get rid of it, and we are going to just kind of randomly put some color here and some color there. Why isn't this? There we go. It's a very light color. But yeah, so we're going to put it here. We're going to put it there. Just kind of wherever randomly. Because again, this is going to be cut up probably into artist trading cards. And you got to make it look random. Random is hard. Here in a little bit, we're going to do a giveaway. And the winner of the giveaway tonight, I'm going to mail them a section of every Masterboard that we do tonight. Probably I'll do half a page, half of all the Masterboards I do tonight. I'll send it to them. So we're going to do that in a little bit. Lygia, remind me to do that when we are done with this Masterboard. This one won't take long. So yeah, and then we're going to switch to the blue. And we're just filling in those areas that are white with some ink. And it's nothing life-changing. It's very faint, kind of in the background. I don't even know if you can tell. I hope you can tell. But yeah, so any area that's white, I'm just taking this and putting some color in there. Pink and blue. I think it goes good with the green. It's kind of a lime green, kind of a yellow. I'm doing that. I'm just going to cover all the white areas. I tried to pick colors that wouldn't brown out over this lime green color because it's already kind of like a baby puke color. Yeah. So, oh, you can hear my ice rattling around in my drink. So I'm shaking the table. Shake it like a Polaroid picture. Oh, the song that I just learned. I live in a cave. So unless Eddie or Paula sends me a song, I kind of just don't know new music. So when I find new music on my own, I am so proud of myself. And the latest song that I learned is it's called Unholy, and it's by a guy named Sam Smith. And he is pretty. And his voice, oh my gosh, the things he does with his voice, I love it. I'm a music nerd, so. But yeah, that song Unholy, I can't sing it because it's not for children. But it's a good song, so go look it up. Unholy by Sam Smith. And there's an orchestral version of it where they have like the British symphony backing him up. Oh my gosh, it's beautiful. It's as beautiful as a song about prostitution can be. Yeah. Okay. What'd you choose tonight? Oh, I watched a live stream and she talked about a song about prostitution. Yeah. Anyway. So now what we're going to do, we're going to have some fun with foil. And the camera does not like foil, but we're going to do it because it's pretty cool. It's going to look good. So let's see. What do I have? This is pink. And I got these from Ranger, I believe. They were on clearance. And I've had them for a long time because a little goes a long way. It really does. So I'm thinking bronze and pink. And maybe one more color. Is that pink or red? I think, yeah, I think that's red. But it goes. That green doesn't go. What other colors do we have? Is this iridescent silver? Oh, iridescent silver. Ooh. Silver or bronze? Bronze goes better. Okay, Becky. I was getting excited about that iridescent color for a while there. There's orange. I hate orange, but it goes with this project. So we're gonna do it. Ooh, ooh. Okay. So we only need a little bit of this. See, a little of this, a little of that. See? So I'm just gonna cut off some of this, just a little bit of it, because it can get kind of tricky. Tricky. It's tricky to rock a rhyme, that's right on time. It's tricky. Tricky. Okay. See, I like old music. Okay. Actually, I'm going to use the Elmer's glue stick for this because it's not as strong as the Oohoo. Am I saying that right? Oohoo. I don't know. So, is this one still good? Yeah. Okay. So for this, you just need a little bit of glue at a time. And let me get a tool. Here we go. You can use a tool kind of like this. You can use the backside of a pencil. You can use a crochet hook. You can use the butt of your paintbrush. You can use your fingernail. Whatever. My hands are my favorite tool. So I'm just going to randomly put a little bit of glue here. Oh, good. You can see it. It's purple. And then I'm going to put this here and just kind of do this. Kind of etch it with my fingernail a little bit. Or you can use anything you have. Then rip it like a Band-Aid. There you go. Is that fun? So I'm just going to randomly do that over the paper. I'm going to do a little bit of this color, a little bit of that color. You just got to let it sit on there for just barely a second because, you know, let it dry a little bit, but not too much. Rip it. If you press on it like this, it does it better, but you don't have to at all. Uh-oh, I lost my cap for the glue stick. Oh, wow. And then your paper will start getting kind of translucent. I don't know if you can see, but yeah, because the color comes off, obviously. So the more you do it, the more abstract it's going to look because there's less foil to be had. So, yeah. Okay, let's move on to this coppery one. I'm trying so hard to be random. I really am. Random is so hard for me. See, that one wasn't dry yet. Oop. That one's not want to do it. Let's. Maybe it was too wet. There we go. Yeah, it was too wet. This. So I'm trying to decide what I'm going to get at Denny's tonight. I usually just get like a snack, like pancakes or some fries or something. And you got to get bacon. Their bacon isn't the best, but you got to get bacon. My best friend Leslie said it best. She said, bacon at Denny's is like if aliens came down and tried bacon and then went home and tried to duplicate it. That's Denny's bacon. Not quite like really good, but it's acceptable. Yeah. So, oh, here's my little scrap of the orange. Yeah. So on this one, all I'm going to do is this foil, well, the inking and then the foil here. But you can absolutely do more on that. You know, you can do paint splatters. You can do, ooh, that's a good one. You can do stamping. You can draw on it, anything you wanted to do on it. But I'm just trying to show a couple different techniques on a couple different boards. So, yeah. So I'm just about done with this one. So let's start the giveaway. Let me see how many people are on here. 17. Okay. So, oh, I look at chat. Nettie says white chicks. Yeah, I can only imagine what you guys are talking about. I'm missing out on the fun. FOMO is real. So how the giveaway is going to work is when I say go, you are going to type your favorite number between 1 and 20 because there are 17 of you. 10 And I'm going to roll a 20-sided die. And whatever number is closest to without going over is the winner. So, yeah. There's 17 people on here. That's crazy. I usually get like 4 people. But, yay. Look what happens when you plan ahead and you promote yourself. People show up. And I appreciate every single one of you. I really do. A lot of you are my art mentors and my friends, and all of you mean very much to me. There we go. So you get the point. And then again, this is going to be cut up into our trading cards. Okay, numbers, go. Go, 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 go. Where's my cap? Oh, yeah, that's the cap I dropped on the floor. Okay, get a drink. Are we on time? What time is it? Okay, we're an hour in. We're doing good. So that's the foil. And yeah, just little zigzags with the glue stick. But you can just do more random, passes with the glue stick and just get whatever look you want. I might add more to this later. We'll see. I'm thinking blue might look cool on here because there's blue ink on it. I might add some blue to it later. We'll see. Let me put away this foil before it blows away. Can't have it blow away. Where's my package of foil? There it is. I need a different bag for this foil. It never goes in here good because this has sticky on it. There. Get rid of the sticky. Let it go a couple more minutes for the numbers because I know there's a delay. That darn delay. I am so glad the internet held out tonight. Last time I streamed, there was a big storm and it was very windy. And the internet was real spotty. And it took me 3 tries to get on. And I know the camera was crooked, but I'm just glad we had a stream. So I'm glad that everything's working out tonight. A tornado came through here earlier today in St. Louis, which is about 15 minutes away on a clear day. If you stand on a hill, you can see the arch from here. So it's not too far away. But yeah, a tornado went through and hit the zoo, actually. It's all over Facebook. And people or animals did not get hurt significantly, it says. So that's good. I worry more about the animals than the people. Because usually I like animals more than people. I know it's horrible. But yeah, so the animals and the people weren't hurt too bad. But they just showed like big trees that are down, and it's a mess. So that got all shook up, and that happened about an hour before Eric drove through, coming back into town. I think he stopped to eat dinner, while he's not home yet. So he'll probably come home while I'm on here. And I'll say, Eric, come over and say hi to everybody. He'll say, no. That's what he'll say. Just like that. No. Okay. Do we have all the numbers in? Lygia, say bananas in the chat if we think everybody has their numbers in. Oh, hi, Jan. I didn't know you were on here too. Hi. And hello to everybody that I missed. Bananas. Okay. There's 15 people watching. Okay. Closest number without going over. 13. Anybody have 13 or close to it? Diane. Diane has 13. Congratulations, Diane. I think I have your address already. I'm not positive. Messenger Lightbolt me your address, please. And sometime next week, I will send you half of all of the Masterboards that I'm doing tonight. Yeah, that's exciting. 13. Okay, let me put it away. I have a bunch of dice here because I used to play Dungeons and Dragons. I'm a nerd. My characters were always fairies or something, and I get killed off like in the first round. But it was fun, damn it. Okay, so let's set this to the side. I don't know where to set it. I have way too much stuff in my room. I need to have somebody come over and help me organize my room. Oh, one other thing I was going to show you on there. Yeah. So I love glitter, but I call it the herpes of crafting supplies because it gets everywhere. It's annoying. And once you think it's cleaned up, you'll always find it later. It always comes back. So glitter's horrible, but these stickles, these are cool. It doesn't shed once it dries, and if it does, it's very minor. So let's put some of that on there. You can do like a thick line of it and like see like a line of it, or you can just do a little bit like that and then kind of smear it. I don't know if you can see, but yeah. And then you can do different colors. You can put it on your finger, or you can put it on the thing. And I just smear it a little bit. There you go. And it just gives a little bit of glitter. Sparkle. Oh, my fingers can be glittery. But yeah, so this kind of glitter is good because it doesn't shed. No herpes with stickles. What did you do last night? I watched a live stream where the lady explained that stickles is not the same as herpes. Put this over here. I don't have any space. There we go. Okay, now the next one, and I'm going to keep this one kind of short because it's not as cool, but I'll show you what I'm doing. So I have always wanted to get one of these reverse coloring books, but I have mixed feelings because I think it's cheating because like it's backgrounds. It's nothing but backgrounds. And I'm like, I make backgrounds that look just like this, either with watercolor or gel printing. Like I make stuff that looks just like this. So I'm like, why would I want to get this? But it was on sale. It was on clearance at Ollie's. I don't know if you guys know what Ollie's is. Just opened up here. It's like Big Lots. It's like a leftover inventory kind of a store. Once it's gone, it's gone. It's real cheap. So this was supposed to be $10.99. I got it for $4. So I thought, well, for $4 I'll get one because I've never had one before. I wanted to get one. But yeah, so it looks just like what I do with watercolor, like abstract stuff or gel printing. And look how pretty that is, though. So I thought, excuse me, I thought this would be a good exercise in doodling. Just follow the shapes that are there and doodle. So here's my note. I put notes on all my paper so I remember what I was going to do with it. My cat stickies, but they don't stick too well, so I had to use washi tape. Anyway, okay. So the background of this one was white, but I took the ink daubers to it like I did the other one and made the background blue. I'm going to use this as background for my trading cards for a swap that I'm hosting in artists, what is it? ATCs4all.com. And every month over there, I host a artist trading card swap that is themed. It's the prompt swap. I can't say that. And every month there's 3 different prompts, usually color, and then 2 other things. So for May, the color is blue. The prompts are a doodle or something hand drawn, and all 4 corners have to be rounded. So, and then for June, it is a rainbow, and because it's Pride Month for June, and what else? A human face and a sentence. And I'm already getting some of those in too, and they're pretty cool. So the swaps over there work a little bit differently than they do on Makers. The swaps over there, everybody signs up who wants to sign up, and everybody sends me their cards by the 25th of the month, and then I mix all of them up. And I try to match effort for effort as best as I can. And then, so I send 3 cards out to everybody else. So, and then I keep one. Usually people send me 4 because it's etiquette to give the host a card too. So they send their 3 cards for the swap and then 1 for me. So I get to keep a card from everybody, as well as 3 that I choose for the swap. And I'm going to use this as my backgrounds, I think. If I like the way this turns out, for my May cards. But yeah, so I am just going around these shapes here, just kind of randomly. And let me take you down a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. Going around the shapes, and this is a big scribble, so I'm just going to scribble on top of it. And then here's another scribble, so I'm going to scribble on top of that. And I'm going to do some circles over here because it looks like circles to me. And you can just doodle on it. Doodling is kind of my activity for just zoning out when I want to sit there and think about something. Those look like boobies. There we go. Like that. And then, ooh, I like this shape over here too. It looks like a fork or something. I'm going to make that into a fork. There we go. But yeah, you get the point. So this Masterboard is just going to be kind of doodles, and I'll take some time and finish this later. But I just wanted to show you. And oh, that's another thing. I like to turn my work sometimes too, because you don't want there to be like a definite focal point. Don't want to concentrate on one area too much. So yeah, I turn my work a lot too. So, ooh, this is begging for some circles here. I see circles. There we go. And I'll put some else in the circles. But yeah, you get the point. So I'm just going to doodle on that. And that'll be the background for my cards for ATCs4all.com. I think it's the number 4. ATCs4all.com. There you go. So that's that one. Nothing too exciting there. So 2 more Masterboards, and the last one is going to be awesome. Okay, so this, there's my note. I get a drink again. I'll check chat too. Okay, you guys talk about D&D and cats. Perfect. Okay, so this one, what does my note say? I need my inks back. Where are my inks? Okay, so this one, we're going to do the background in random colors of ink splotches. And we're going to use some stamps. And we're going to cut some out of the prints that I set to the side. So let me get those. Yeah, this one's going to be busy. Let me find a couple prints to cut up. Let's do that one. I like that one. And yeah, those are too pretty to cut up. Too pretty to cut up. Is Rhonda still here? That's that. Those. I think I've showed these to you, Rhonda. I've had these made for a little while. I just didn't show them yet. I have a whole stack of literally over 100 prints that I need to put online, but I don't want to put them all online too fast. So I'm just doing some here and there. So yeah, let's do that one. That'll be fun. Okay. There's that. I'm keeping all these Masterboards in a pile so I can show all of them at the end. Okay, this is one of Eddie's stamps. Eddie, help me out. Snowflake. Some kind of snowflake. You can see I've never used the whole stamp. I always use part of it. I like to use it around the edges of something. You can see I've never used the whole thing. That's funny. Okay, so first thing first, we're going to ink the background of this, and we're going to do some stamping, and we're going to glue some stuff on it. So kind of a combination of the techniques that we've done before. So cool, we're back up to 18 people. Awesome. Oh yeah, Eddie, you're a mod too, so you can post links. Awesome. Thank you. Let's do, I'm going to do something light so anything else shows up. Let's see, here is my yellow. And pink. Pink. I did light pink before. We'll do a darker pink. And where is my purple? Here we go. Awesome. Let me get out another sponge. I'll do all these with sponges so they're all equal. Okay. So we have Tim Holtz Squeeze Lemonade, picked raspberry, and wilted violet. These are all semi-opaque colors. We will put them over here. Boop. Cool. Now you can see my colors. Very good. And I'm just using the makeup sponges. One color for each sponge. One sponge for each color. Yeah, you get it. Anyway, I'm going to start with my lightest color. And I am just going to start making random splotches. It's going to remind you of the coloring book we just saw. The reverse coloring book. That's why I felt like I was cheating when I bought it. Because like I do that. So it just felt wrong to buy something like that. But for $4, I thought, why not? And oh my gosh, there was also at Ollie's, they had the complete works of H.P. Lovecraft. And yeah, I should go back and get it. It was like $8. I should go back and get it. I don't read all that often, but H.P. Lovecraft is pretty cool. Just dark and mysterious and cool, and you can't go wrong with that. So I like these inks, and I realized that this is not how the inks were intended to be used, but this is how I'm using them, and it's okay. You can do whatever you want. I like these inks because it's not going to look perfect. It's meant to look, I don't have the words, but it's meant to look distressed. They're distress oxide. Yeah, they're meant to squirt water on, but we're not going to squirt water on them tonight. We're not going to do that. But the next one, the last Masterboard I'm going to do after this is watercolor. We're going to watercolor. And it's going to be cool. It's an extra cool watercolor technique. I never did it before, but here's the secret. I tried it this afternoon, and good luck. It works. Not good luck. Good news. It works. I thought, well, yeah, I better try it before I do it in front of 5 people. So, yeah, so there we are. I'm going to get a regular, I'm going to use one of these. I'm going to blend it just a little bit. It's not going to matter too much because it'll be cut up with artist trading cards. But there's a couple spots that I see here that are just a little more globby than I'd like them to be. There we go. Cool. Viola. It looks like a 5-year-old did it, but we're going to make it better. Anybody watch the lady on YouTube? I don't know how I found this lady, but she's cool. She makes things fancy, and her thing is make it fancy. Make it fancy. She's awesome. She'll turn like Chef Boyardee ravioli into like 5-star restaurant something. Like, and she'll take like, oh, what else did she have? I think she had Hershey's Kisses, and she did something fancy with it, made it into like a mousse, or I don't know. Make it fancy. If I think of what it's called, I'll let you guys know, but just look up Make It Fancy. It might be just called Make It Fancy. I haven't watched her in a while. She's pretty cool. So this is on, I forgot to show you what paper this is on. This is on Bristol. It's a 100-pound Bristol paper. I like to do my neurographic drawings on this also. It's good paper. It's thick. That's what she said. Okay, so what did I say we're going to do on this? We are going to do some stamps, and we are going to cut out some stuff. Let's do some cutting. So time is it? Yeah. I'm not going to finish this one. I'm only going to do some because it might take a while, but we'll do some of this and then we'll go on to the last one because I really think the last one, you're going to enjoy the last one like a lot. I know I'm going to enjoy it a lot. When I was trying it out early this afternoon, I didn't want to stop, but I had things I needed to do. I needed to do grown-up things like dishes and put away groceries and things like that. So I only did a little bit, but see how different that looks once you cut it out? I think it's cool. It looks like a person now. Like somebody with their arms up. Oh no! Yeah, so I'll cut a few of these out and then we'll do some stamping too. I'm going to use, I think, mostly background stamps. I'm going to pick a few and just go with a few different ones and just do some stamping. I shouldn't have put my inks away, should I? Oh boy. Purple. And where's black? There's black. I just wanted to show up. There we go. Should be black or brown? Black. Always black. I don't like brown. I know. It can be pretty. I like colors. Black, I think, is just bold. Pink and black is awesome. So, yeah. So, yeah, pink black. That reminds me of Rosie and Bruno Mars. I still listen to Apartment by Bruno Mars and Rosie, like, very frequently. But, yeah, the new song I've been listening to over and over is Unholy by Sam Smith. And I'm telling you, if you haven't heard it, go look it up later. But only if you like adult content. Yeah. But the other day I was in the mood for Bad Romance. And so I told Alexa at work to play Bad Romance 3 times in a row. And she did. And it was before we opened. So I had it up loud and Abby comes in. What are you doing in here? Having a party? Yes. Party of one. We're doing some Bad Romance today. Okay. This one looks like an exclamation point because I just cut out part of it. That's fun. Okay, so we have these that we're going to do, and I'll cut out more of them later, but I didn't want to spend a lot of time on this one because we have more to do. Okay, so I have these, and then I'm going to use this stamp and maybe some of Becky's beads. Yeah. The walls where I work look like that. That's where I got the inspiration for that. There's beads painted on our walls. Imagine that. Beads on the walls at a bead store. Then we need one more. Let's see what else we got in here that would match. Here's the big one of Becky's beads. This would go. This is by Safia, I believe. Oh, and here's one of Darcy's. This looks like knitted fabric. Yeah, let's use these. There's 5 of them. Yeah. Cool. So I'm going to do some stamping first, then we'll do some gluing. So let's do the big ones. Always do the big ones first. And when your stamp is bigger than the ink pad, I like to take the ink pad to the stamp itself. And I don't have a test paper right now, so we are going to trust that this is all inked up and good. And slam it on there. I like to use the lid to do this. Yay, it worked. Or I use my Baron to mash the stamp down. Okay, so let's try this one. I think this will be the first time I'm using this whole stamp. Imagine that. So let's do that. Looks like I used gold on this last time. So kids, when you are using foam stamps like I am, if you're using ink like this, you can just let it sit as long as you want to. But if you put acrylic paint on them, you need to rinse them off right away. Otherwise, the acrylic paint will dry and it will ruin your stamp. So don't do that. Okay. Oop, it's a little bit, but that's fine. It's fine. Because you know what? You can't see it anymore now, can you? It's fine. It's fine. And if it's too bad, I can always put a strip of paper over that, or there's a ton of things you can do with it. It's fine. It's really fine. I had too much fun going boop on the paper, but next time we won't boop so hard and that won't happen. Right? I don't know. We're going to go in the corner with this one. Boop, that turned out good. And then what don't we have? We don't have the knitted one by Darcy. Yeah. The other day when I went to the thrift shop down the street, they have a new mascot. They have a little doggy that's in there. And it's very quiet. It doesn't make a noise or anything. This little bitty 8-pound dog comes up to me. I looked down. I was like, oh, well, hello, sweetie. I said, what is your name? And the craziest thing happened. The dog started talking to me. Really, it was the man behind the counter, but we're going to pretend that it was the dog. I said, what is your name, sweetie? And the dog said, my name is Ginger. Oh, Ginger, hello, sweetie. Can I pick you up? Yes, I would like that very much. So I picked her up and I pet her. And oh my gosh, she had kisses for me. And I love animals. So that was pretty cool. Very unexpected. I love going up to that thrift shop. I go there at least a couple times a month. And so now there's Doggy up there. I'll have to stop by there more. Yeah. The owner was saying that he adopted her from one of the shelters. I said, hey, I volunteer at the shelters. And he said, thank you. And I said, you're welcome. And yeah, so I'm one of those people that talks to everybody. So we had a good conversation about how important it is to get your pets from the rescues instead of buying from a breeder. Oh yeah, you see what I did there? You can curve the stamp to make it round. Yeah. So I did my big stamps first, then I'm kind of filling in the spaces with the smaller stamp here. And they overlap. Totally cool. Whatever. This is a background. And see, even this blurred spot, it's fine. It's a background. We can cover it up. We can cut it out. Whatever. I mean, even if we don't use this whole part, so much more usable paper there. Cool. Let me get a drink. I'm so glad that you guys are here, having conversations with yourselves, having fun. So here's the stamps I used if you want to screenshot it or anything. That's what we used. Okay. Okay, and then, like I said, I'm going to cut out more of these later, and I might even add another print to it that I cut out, but we'll see. But for now, yeah, I'm going to glue this to it. And I'm pretty sure the ink is dry enough. We're going to find out. I'm going to put one over the blurred spot first. There we go. And I'll cut more of these out later. I have a lot of work to do later, don't I? I think I'm going to take the doodle one up to the Denny's later and doodle while I'm waiting for my friend to show up. I might bring my fussy cutting, though. I don't know. Fussy cutting is relaxing. I love it. There we go. And there'll be more of them. It'll be really busy when I'm done. But there we go. That's what we've got. And then I'll cut that up for our trading cards. So, cool. Okay, so I'll set this to the side. Before I'm done, don't let me forget to show off like everything we did. So let me put away the Bristol paper. Love that stuff. Okay, you ready? This last one is really cool. I think, at least. This one's fun. So let me clean up my mess a little bit. Put my cap on my glue stick and this. Oh, shoot. Nah, I didn't say what I wanted to say. I made myself a cozy for my glue. Yeah. Okay. This and this. We're going to watercolor on black mixed media paper. That's what we're going to do. Okay. And so here's what I'm using. Black mixed media paper. It is 9 by 12, but I cut it down a little bit so it would fit on the board. It's 184 pounds. It is thick. It is. Put that over there. So I tape my stuff to these boards that I get at the dollar store. It's like a whiteboard for children to learn how to print. But they're thick. I wouldn't say it's wood. It's very thick chipboard. So then I just use the painter's tape to glue that. It's very portable. I can do this sitting in my chair. I can do this in a restaurant, wherever. So we're going to use twinkling H2Os. Look at that. This is what I did earlier today when I was trying it out to see if it works. I don't know why it wouldn't work. It's mixed media paper. But so the twinkling H2Os are iridescent watercolors. And come in little pots. I don't think they make these anymore, but you can get stuff just like this on Etsy. Just look for iridescent or metallic watercolors. Oh, these are cool. One of my favorite knitting designers, Caitlin French, makes her own watercolors. She does wildcrafting in Iceland. And so she made these watercolors and they smell like cloves. They smell so good. But these were very expensive, so that's why I only have 4. So those are fun. But tonight we're going to use the twinkling H2Os. I love these. Like, look at these colors. Holy cow, is that good? So let's pick out a purple. The lighter colors show up better on the black. So these I compare to, oh, something dried there. I compare these to like interference, golden interference colors, or the color shift. That's what I compare these to. They show up really good on black, I found out today. And I shouldn't be admitting that to you. And here's the colors I used earlier today. We'll use those too. And they're just so fun. I was going to show off some other stuff that I did with these before, but I couldn't find any. I tend to just make them up. I like to make postcards out of these and send them to people. But yeah, I'll keep the lids in there. Let's open a yellow. And where's the white? Pewter, that'll work. Bright, love it. Okay, let's see. I need a good blue, and then here we go. And then that'll be good. Okay, so I'll show you the colors I picked out here. And I keep them in this children's thing. I don't know, yard sale, 25 cents. Anyway, oh, what does it say? 6/17/22 COVID. Oh, it looks like I started a neurographic drawing here. Huh. Okay. Anyway. Okay, so we have turquoise, light purple, dark purple, indigo, light pink, another light pink. Let's just use the one light pink. Yellowy lime color, limey lime color, and pewter. That is our color palette for tonight. So for brushes, where are my brushes? There they are, behind my drink. Oh, the postcard fell out. While I'm remembering, I wanted to show this off. In case you're not familiar, this is the company that produces and sells my stencil and stamp designs. This is PM Artist Studio. P, Patricia, and M, Mariah. PM Artist Studio. This is when they live stream. You can screenshot this if you like. They live stream 4 times a week on YouTube, and they are fun. Their website is just pmartiststudio.com, and their YouTube channel is PM Artist Studio. There you go. So there is that, and I've already showed my card. here is one more time. That's me. And this link, all the links, everything I'm talking about is in the description of the About Me in YouTube here, and I will put it in the description of this video later. Okay, so I like to use this. This is from Tim Holtz. It blows air. You can't see it. I keep on forgetting you can't see the air. I have a little palette in case I need it. I like to use these water pens from Arteza, however you want to say it. I've used other brands and they're not as good. I like these because they have this squishy little thing right here to like squish just like one drop of water out. I know it's not the best quality out there, but these are what I like. I would say it's kind of a medium quality, but this is what I like. And these are old and they look all gross, but they're still kicking. Love them. I think they come in a set of like 5 or 6, all different sizes. So anyway, that's what I like to use. And I have some other little tools here too that we'll play with too. So let's start with some yellow. I'm gonna spray a little bit of water in my paints just so they have time to wake up a little bit. Are they in the shot too? There they are. Okay, so it's probably too much water. I found out this works best on black paper if it's very light. Ooh, you can see it. I'm gonna bring you down a little bit. See, there's only 11 people here now, but it's getting late, so I totally get it. This is just the only time of day that I can live stream, and I hope you come back and watch the rest of it on replay. And leave me a comment, and I will comment back to you. So when I watercolor, it's really abstract. Like I said in the beginning of this video, I really respect anybody that can draw anything realistic. Because that's just not me. I have many skills, but drawing realistic is not one of them. So I'm just letting the brush make some different shapes. Also, I like to do this with the brush too. Make like a swirly circle. So here's what it looks like so far. It's beautiful. And then if you accidentally put too much on it like that, look what you can do. See it? Yeah, love it. Or I have a straw and I put the pointy end down here so I can like direct it wherever I want to. There we go. Cool. So you can do that. Also, Q-tips. You can manipulate it with a Q-tip and like pick some of it up and make it look different. I like to just roll it in it. Rolling in the paint. Do, 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 do. I'm not Estelle, sorry. Estelle? Adele. There you go. Her. Adele. Adele's awesome. Cool. Okay, so let's move on to a different color. Let's do some purple. So this is all random. Let's see the chat. Black and yellow mix very nice. Yeah, I think so too. Zorn palette, something like that. Yeah, I know, Eddie. Every time with the straw, it's hard. Ever since COVID, I had COVID really bad, and I was in the hospital for 6 days. I was bad. And since then, I don't have asthma, but I get short of breath really easily. Like, I can't go up steps. It takes me forever to go up steps. I just get short-breathed. Short-breathed? Is that how you say it? Short of breath? And yeah, so blowing with that straw is work. But you can get in more precise places with that than you can with the Tim Holtz blower. But I do like my blower. Eddie, have fun with that one. Pretty. Ooh. Pretty. We're going to mess up the pretty. Oh, look how cool that is. I hope this is coming across on the screen because what's happening is pretty darn cool. PDC, pretty darn cool. Yeah, I make up my own little words sometimes. Boop, 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 boop. I'm an only child, so I'm used to entertaining myself and just like making up my own little things. And I make up my own little words and I make sound effects for things, and I'm a weirdo. There we go. Look at that. I love it. Love it. I think this is my new favorite watercolor activity. Let's play with this brush. I believe it's called a fan brush. I really don't know all these things that I should. I probably should have put some of this in a paint palette, but we're gonna boop, boop. Oh, look how fun that is. I need some more water though. Here we go. Do, 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 do. There we go. Oh, look at that. Boop. 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 So some things that are coming up at the bead place where I work, if you're local, or even if you're not, we have hotels right across the street. We are having Western Night on Friday, May 20 something. I don't have a calendar in front of me. Whatever that Saturday is. Or Friday, not like this coming Friday, but the next one. I think it's, yeah. Anyway, Western Night. We're all gonna dress up in our Western gear and have a rootin' tootin' good time. Yeah, we're gonna make jewelry that is like turquoise and stuff like that. And we are going to, here's what I did with the pink. I just scooped with a fan brush. A lot of snacks, and we were listening to like old school country, like the good country, like Johnny Cash, stuff like that. I think Abby's making a playlist. And so that'll be fun. And then June 6th on a Friday, I believe it's June 6th. I know it's a Friday evening. I am leading a paper bead workshop. People have seen my paper beads either in the store or on our videos with the bead place or on this channel here. And my beaded paper beads are different than some people's. They're like little sculptures. They're fun. So I've been asked to do a workshop. And I know a lot of people already know how to make paper beads, so I'm not calling it a class. But whether you know how to make paper beads or not, I'll show you my techniques and how I do it. And it'll be fun. It'll be fun. We'll play some music. We'll make some paper beads. And I'm going to show off how to make a pendant out of paper beads or maybe some earrings. And recently I learned a technique of how to put actual like glass beads on paper beads with wire. So that's pretty cool. So I'll be showing off that technique too. And that'll be fun. What else is going on? Oh, and then later in July, I forgot her name. It's Meredith something, I think. Forgot her name. But we're going to have a trunk show come in. One day trunk show, an artisan trunk show. This lady has the coolest beads. Coolest stuff. It's like vintage and unique. And yeah, one day only she'll be there. And you get to meet her and buy her stuff. Look how cool this is looking. Do we like it? Uh-oh, Lygia is saying Sir Mix-a-Lot would serenade you, Eddie. You got to tell me about what that's about later. I love Sir Mix-a-Lot. I was trying to get Abby to play the square dance rap on our playlist for the Western Night. But no, because there's some dirty words in it. So we're not going to do that. Maybe that'll be the after party. No, not really. Not really. I like to mix a lot. Cool. So I'm going to take my light purple now. I like to start with light color and then go dark, but then I just kind of bounce it around everywhere. But so it's almost full. I like to completely fill up the page, and sometimes I go really intricate and only do little dots, and that's fun too. But for the sake of time tonight, I'm just doing bigger marks. So with my last color here, I have light purple. I add a little more water. There we go. And I'm just going to fill in any of the spots that are blank in effort to try to fill up the page. And again, it's really abstract. And that's fine. I like it the way it is, but we're going to cut it up into artist trading card sizes. And it'll be cool that way too. So I don't know if Diana's still here. She's the winner of the giveaway. I'll ask her if she wants it just a full, like a half sheet, or if she wants me to cut it up a certain way, or what she wants to do with it. But yeah, I'm gonna do some more blowing. There we go. Cool. And then as you do the layers, sometimes you cover up a lot of the cool details that you've done. You could always come back when it's dry or right now, whenever you want to, and put some more details over the top. I think I'm going to come back in with the green and do some more blowing. Because I like that look to show off. And I've got a Q-tip, and you can pick it up. And it leaves a really cool mark. Where there's a puddle, you can pick it up. There we go. Also, I have these. I don't know how I found out about these. Fantastics. They come in bullet tip or pointy tip. I got the variety pack because, you know, I'm a little this, a little that. I got to have everything. And so I believe what they're for, there wasn't too much of a description, but somebody told me I had to get some. So I got some. What I think they are for, or how I use them, is like if there's too much here, it'll sop it up. I don't know what they're for, but that's how I use them. And then you can like spread it with it too. And that's how I use them. And then when this gets all gross, you can cut this off and peel back the plastic part there so you can use the whole thing. Ooh, I was just doing that motion. Anyway, that's how I've been using them. I don't know if I buy them again, but it's a cool little product. Cool, something to play with. I think the variety pack was like 3 of each tip. So a total of 6 Fantastics for like $4. They're fairly cheap. So yeah, those are fun to play with sometimes. I think this is nearly covered. I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to add some more green, and I'm going to blow it around. Well, stay in there, dude. There we go. Okay. Oh, this is the brush that I had for the blue. That'd be pretty. There we go. Cool. It's just like a sponge. It's like a styrofoam kind of a sponge. I don't know. So yeah, I like to make puddles. And then when it's almost dry, like pick up part of the puddle. And it leaves a cool mark. That's what watercolors is about for me, just mark making. Very rarely do I actually try to make something like a shape or something. This is how I like to watercolor. And if you wanted to, I haven't tried this. I should try this. Let me get a little stamp. Ooh, that's fun. Let me see if we can watercolor on these. I think I've seen other people use watercolor on these foam stamps. Ooh, that's fun. I don't even see it right there. There's a lot of color there already. But yeah, so watercolor. That's fun. There we go. Let's do it. Oh, that's fun. Cool. You have to find a color that shows up over all this. But yeah, so you get the point. I am going to finish this up a little bit, and then I'm going to show everybody all the boards that I did tonight. There we go. And get this in here. There we go. Yeah. Cool. Very cool. Okay. So I'm pretty happy with that. That's fun. Okay, let me move my pants out of the way, and I'll show you everything we did tonight. So we did this one, the Twinkling H2O watercolor. There's a spot right there. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, remove the color and it's all black there now. Love it. Okay, so that one. And working backwards, we had, let me get this out of the way because it's wet. Fat Juicy Ed Wet. Okay. That's another song I like now too. Fat Juicy Ed Wet. Yeah, anyway. This one, we did some Tim Holtz ink for abstract background. We did some stamping. We did some cutouts from gel prints. I'm going to add more to it. We did, I believe we did this one right before that. This is a paper from the reverse coloring book. Again, I took some Tim Holtz ink on a sponge and did the background. The background was white. I made it blue. So I'm going to use this in my blue swap on atcsforall.com. Just doodles, and I'm going to add more doodles to it later. And before that, we did this one. This one was a gel print from a scrap swap, I believe, from Patty. And the background is the stencil used was Funky Flowers by Eddie Reyes. I think it's called Funky Flowers. I hope I'm right. And we did some foil paper transfer on there, and we did the Tim Holtz ink to fill up the white parts. We did pink and blue. I might add some more of that later too. Oh, and we put stickles on here. The glitter that's not herpes. It stays put. It doesn't shed. That was already my finger. See, doesn't shed. Love it. So we'll finish that. And then this is the first one we did. We did the gel print was avocados. The stencil is by myself. Me. And we cut out some shapes, the flowers. I believe this is Christy Hartman's flower. I believe this is Darcy's flower. This bobble knot, Eddie. The paisleys are Stella. This is Safia. Butterflies are PMR Studio. This is Yolande Alexander. I always say Yolande, but I think I heard her say Yolande. I think she goes by Yolande. Anyway, correct me if I'm wrong, please. Butterflies. Yeah. So, and then we just glued them on here, and it looks like a 5-year-old did it. I realize that, but we're going to cut it up and make it a background, and there will be more stuff on top of it, and it'll be cool artist trading cards. And I'll post pictures of those in Makers, probably on Instagram after I finish making cards out of some of these, or at least I'll post the backgrounds, you know, when it's all done. So yeah, so we did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different things, and we did a giveaway, and we had fun. So cool. Let me read chat a little bit. Hi Margie, I didn't know you're here. Yeah, half sheets would be great. You want them whole, Diane? The whole half sheets? We can do that. Oh, Rebecca, you're awesome. You found a link for the Fantastics. Awesome. I don't even know where I got them. Somebody told me about them, and I had to try them because I like new toys. Very versatile tool. Spatter. I could add some spatter to this. Oh, how about boo, like that? Yeah, there's not enough on here still, but that would be a good one. Boo. Yeah. And when you do spatters, you gotta make that noise too. Boo, boo. Anyway, what else we have to say? Mimi for the daisy. This one is Darcy, or this one. Sketchy flower, cool one. Do you want me to correct you? Yeah. Does she say Yolanda or Yoland? I think I heard her say Yoland. Thanks for the fun live stream. I'm off to bed. Yeah. Okay, well, it's getting late, so I'm going to sign off here. And thank you so much, everybody, for showing up and playing along with me. I had fun, and I hope you did too. So until next time, live long and prosper. Good night.